KC0VI Tom here, along with little doggy, Mrs. Crowley. The cats are going to be mad when they smell you in that. You know that. We are trying to recover from a soggy week and weekend. It started raining Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Friday night, Saturday morning, most of Saturday, Saturday night, and it's finally letting up now, Sunday morning at the recording of this. We have over 3 inches of rain, and I was planning on going out and do some camping and shoot some videos on Camping 101, 102, those things, but it was just too wet to do something like that. I really enjoy a little bit of rain, camping, make a lot of good contacts on the radio. You snuggle up inside, it's nice and warm, you have a lot of fun, not too many people are at the campground. Well, this morning me and little doggy went down to Howerson. Nobody's around. I mean, the whole campground's empty. Walked around a little bit, but the ground's a little soft, and probably would have got stuck. That's how soft the ground is with the camper. So, kind of glad we didn't do that. Really enjoy that. That's one hobby I really like to do, is to go out camping. Hopefully everybody's got a couple hobbies to help them relax and rejuvenate, so they get back to the world. They all have little, nobody tells you about, but the little addictions to them. Like, ooh, that's neat. I gotta have that. And amateur radio is too many handhelds. It seems like everybody has too many handhelds or too many HF rigs or mobile units. It's kind of comical. Everybody has a little twitch for it. Oh, I gotta have that. As you can tell from the name of this video, this is going to be a pre-review of a RFinder B1. RFinder is a company that took a cell phone, a handheld, smashed the two together, and came out with a neat little product. And they've been out for quite a few years, and they've had a little trouble off and on here, and are back on their feet, doing real good. Like any small business, you're going to make a product to save the world, and you get so zoned in on that product and making that work that some of the day-to-day operations you don't do them, and you fall behind and stuff. You get in trouble. It happened here at the greenhouse when we took over. TLJ was so thinking all about getting stuff looking good, making sure the plants are good, making sure the customers are happy, that there were some things that kind of slipped, like paying utilities, buying groceries, collecting money from customers, and paying the workers. But we were able to work through that, kind of got our line and says, look, if you want to do that, you got to spend a couple hours here, work out in the greenhouse, spend a couple hours at the desk every day, and a little bit each day, you'll do fine. And RFinder probably went through the same deal, or they're back on their feet doing real good. So a little bit of advice: if you're going to start your own business, creating that product that's going to save the world, remember that one nerdy guy from college that was always taking business classes, we're going on, you tax us, find him, make him your CFO, have him do the day-to-day operations, collecting money from people, paying your customers, paying your workers, have him go through the front office, taking all that grief while you're in the back in the shop, making your product and having a good time. So, RFinder. Like I said, they've been out for quite a few years, a couple different products, K1, M1, I believe, there were a couple other ones. Right now, the B1 is a dual band handheld radio, VHF from 136 to 174, I believe, and the UHF is 140 to 148, I think. And we do the review, we get those specs in down tighter. They have come out lately with the B1 Plus. There's more features on it. They have a couple of tablets. I was really kind of looking at the tablets, and don't really need a tablet right now. I got an iPhone, an iPad, and and a laptop. I don't need another tablet device. So came across this B1. It's a used product. A gentleman out in Ohio had it, and contacted him about, first thing was, okay, price ain't bad, why are you getting rid of it? And he just says, I don't use as much as I thought I would. The grandson's been helping me, and I just having a hard time with it. So I think it was either his first Android smartphone he had, or smartphone completely. He probably came from the iOS world, and that's why he's having a little trouble. And I can see that. We started out here with smartphones with the Samsung Galaxy series. TLJ and I had the same model all the time. That way I made sure I could give her tech support and help her out. And one summer the girls came home and they had iPhones and showing her how FaceTime works. So she turned to me and says, we need iPhones. So we abandoned the Samsung Android market and jumped shipped over to the world of iOS and got sucked into that pretty good. And it's the only way I could make sure I could support her, and so she could FaceTime with the girls or me at work, and that's how things went. So when I had a chance to pick up this B1, I thought, well, that's just a simple Android. But no, Android has morphed over the years since I was last in it heavily. When I got this out of the box, it was just like the guy handed it to me. I mean, all his stuff is still on it. A lot of stuff that shouldn't have been on there of his personal information that you should always want to make sure you reset that product back to factory fresh before you hand it off to somebody else. So being a nice guy, that's what I did. I took it back to factory, turned it on, and started looking around for the RFinder apps, and noticed, oh my God, they're gone, and kind of panicked a little bit. And RFinder is real proud of their customer support. It is not a phone call. It's recommended that if the product is operating, put the Zoom app on it, connect to their Zoom room, and sure enough, Bob, the owner of the company, was there working with a couple guys, and I hopped in there, and he saw I popped in, introduced himself, and wanted to know what I needed. I just got a couple questions. I can wait my turn in line. I can wait. And he was helping this other gentleman who was having a real hard time going through the smartphone feature. Click here, tap here, slide this over here, wipe up, wipe down. Right about then, my battery went dead. I dropped out of the call, got the second battery in, got connected back to the call, and Bob saw me pop back in. He goes, problems? I go, battery? He goes, he kind of laughs. Yeah, that happens. And the first gentleman was working away on something, and Bob says, he's going to be a while. What do you need? And I explained what had happened. He says, no, that's fine. What you want to do is make sure you download the latest version of the owner's manual, step-by-step instructions, and just follow that. You'll be fine. And it's okay. If I have any problems, I'll get back in the Zoom call and check in with you. But I was just worried I really screwed up by doing that wipe. And the very first paragraphs of the instructions tell you some do's and don'ts you can do with the radio. And one of the items was, do not save this document. Delete it. Next time you need it, download the latest and greatest. And if you're not that familiar with the Android world or the iOS world or Microsoft's world, they make so many changes so rapidly, you could spend a lot of time creating this document, handing it to your customers, and within a week, it's obsolete. It's changes. And even though the instructions that I downloaded were their latest and greatest, there were still some steps that this phone did not follow. It was click this button, you should see this screen. No, I don't see that screen. But if I go here and here, yep, there's that screen. I need to make my changes so I can download some apps from their site. So it's not perfect, but when you're dealing with a base of your product that you don't have any control of, you just have to learn to roll with it, and hopefully your customers can monitor their way through, or you can give them help to get it going. So it's able to get RFinder that back on here, started loading this up. I got a SIM card coming for this from my cell phone provider. This can actually run 2 SIMs along with 2 SD cards. I'm really interested in that. So I could, have a couple different numbers on this. It'll be kind of cool. All in all, I like this product so far. It fits in the palm of my hand very well. I've had a little problems going from the iOS world to the Android world. Back to the dark side, I guess you'd say, due to some of the stuff that you can do the same function with both of these operating systems, but you have to go through different steps. And they're all different, and so it's just a matter of that. Is this an Android problem I'm having with, or is it an RFinder? Where do I go to find these problems once I identify what platform the problem is at? So we are going to try to stay dry today, play around with this, and hopefully in a couple weeks come back with more detailed features on RFinder B1 product. Keep an eye out for these. If the B1 Plus is selling as good as I've been hearing, there might be some of these coming up used on the market. I kind of like to take another look at one of their tablets. They look kind of neat, but like I said, right now I don't need another mobile device. I already have, like I said, I have my iPhone, which I'll probably will keep because I live in the iPhone, iOS universe, it seems like. I have an iPad, I've had an iMac, and it's just another item. But when I go out in Storm Patrol, I can grab this. I have my cell phone with me, I have my dual band radio with me. One of the videos I was watching on YouTube before this showed up, was just getting a little more information on it. The person was stating that the public service band is disabled for transmit. Well, I had here in Mitchell County, we do storm spotting on the sheriff's channel, dispatch channel. I had all the frequencies plugged in. I said, okay, keyed it up, called dispatch, identified myself, did a real test, radio check. She came back, said, you sound real good, nice radio. The voice is a little echoey. And checked some other stuff. Yeah, the mic is a little hot than I like it to, so I got to find that setting to lower this mic. And hopefully that's my only problem I got to do. So on that, hopefully next week we can get some camping in, do some videos on camping 101, 102, 103. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to have a lot of fun out there. It's summertime. It's going to be a wet summer, but it's still summertime. 7-3, take care, everybody. Be sure to tell your friends, neighbors, other hams. Subscribe, hit that bell to get notification when new videos come out. Add comments below. 7-3, everybody. This is what was distracting me all throughout the filming of this. We got a couple of families of Baltimore Orientals out here fighting over the food, the jelly feeders. Those two little glass cups were completely full at the start of this video.